Okay, this is Michael Pepper for MMABay.co.uk in association with FightDentist.com with UFC light heavyweight John Jones. Thanks for joining us today, John.
Hey, thanks for having me, buddy.
So, big fight on Saturday, UFC 100. How's the training been going in the lead up to the fight?
Oh, the training's going phenomenal, man. I feel 100%. I've done everything right, and the training's going great, man. I'm just ready to go out there and pull the trigger.
Yeah. So, you fought Stephan Bonner last time out, UFC 94. Looked phenomenal. Can you tell us a little bit about your fighting style? Because it's quite unorthodox. You like to mix in a few fleshy moves and bits and pieces. So, what's the deal with the style?
The style just came from just my story, pretty much. You know, I started doing mixed martial arts, and I really didn't have the best coaching staff, so I had to turn to a lot of internet videos and a lot of footage that I researched on the computer to basically try to teach myself how to fight. And when you mix all that together, when I paint the picture on the piece of paper, and the paper being the octagon, it comes out a beautiful picture. So it's just exciting, you know what I mean? I try to mix up everything the best to my abilities. The wrestling's been done for so many years, so when that happens, it's just a lot of improv. I put a lot of time in wrestling back when I was a kid. So the style's just coming together real nicely, and I'm grateful for it.
So, like I say, you fought last time, UFC 94, fought Stephan Bonner, quite an experienced guy, Ultimate Fighter Season 1 runner-up. A lot of people were surprised how well you actually handled him during the fight. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the fight went way better than I expected. I knew that I was an underdog with Stephan Bonner, so I trained really hard for that fight. I trained to the point where I felt as if I deserved to win the fight. So, I went out there with extreme confidence and just pulled the trigger on things. And, I think maybe he was taking me lightly. I had no name for myself, and, I think he thought he was going to just kick my butt. Maybe he wasn't training too hard, and I was training extra hard. And, just met in the middle with that, and didn't turn out too good for him.
Okay, so like we said, you're fighting again this weekend, UFC 100. Big historic card. Jake O'Brien, the opponent this time. Can you tell us your thoughts about him as an opponent?
Irish Jake, he's a tough guy. He's 11-2, which is doing really well. I'm planning on tearing him up. He's usually a heavyweight, and he's coming down to light heavyweight, and I'm planning on being something that he's never seen before, as far as speed, agility, just a lot of unorthodox striking. He's a tough guy, though, so it's going to be a good fight. But I think we're going to tear him up.
Like you said, he used to be a heavyweight. He's also a wrestler. I noticed in one of the interviews that you've conducted over the last couple of weeks that you said you've never actually fought a proper wrestler before. How do you think that's going to affect your style?
I've been wrestling for so many years now. I've defended off so many shots. I've been working my quick twitch muscles to react fast when I see that shot coming. And, like I said, I'm a wrestler myself, so I just might take him down, Mix it up on him a little bit. I saw him fight Kane. He didn't look too good on his back, fighting off his back. So, I'm just going to not really worry about it and put it all in God's hands. I've done everything I can do training-wise, and, I feel great. So we're just going to see. We're going to see who's been training harder. We're going to see who has what it takes. And like I said, I'm just planning on being something different, something he's never been against before, and really executing my thoughts on his face.
Okay, I mean, do you have a game plan going into the fights? Because like we said, you're very unorthodox, and it seems to be very much off the cuff and just go with the flow kind of thing. Do you have a game plan going into the fight?
Yeah, my game plan is pretty much just to try to stay off my back and force him to stand with me. But, unlike Stephan Bonner and Andre Guzman, this guy's not a Gracie-trained black belt. So, I'm excited to be able to show the fans a little bit more of my game, mixing it up more, trying to cement him, not being afraid to be on the ground with him. And, you're really going to see a mixed martial arts display from me. But, I really don't have too much game plan. I have general thoughts of what I want to happen. But when we're out there, it's pretty much all improv. Whatever I see open or whatever he gives me, I'm not going to think twice to take it.
Okay, now you are in your early 20s, you're very big for a light heavyweight. Are there any thoughts maybe in the future, maybe to move up to heavyweight or something?
Yeah, I'm only 21, and I'm still growing armpit hair. So I'm teasing, but I'm joking. But anyways, Yeah, I'm gonna grow. I'm keep growing. But I think by the time I'm 25, 24, I'm gonna be about 240. 230. It's gonna be hard for me to be cutting down. I don't want to cut down once I get to that size. So, yeah, I would love to be like a Czech Congo looking brother that could actually move and do a lot of funky stuff. You know what I mean? Jiu-jitsu, takedowns, kicks and stuff. So, yeah, I'm planning on being a pretty scary heavyweight in the future. But right now I'm just focusing on 205 and strictly Jake O'Brien.
Okay, now like we said, you're fighting at UFC 100, massive card, historic card. What kind of honour is it for someone like yourself who's obviously not been in the game that long? You're only 21. How much of an honour is it for you to be fighting on the UFC 100 card?
Man, it feels great. I'm so excited, man. The only way I could, describe me being here is just God, man. It's a gift and it's a blessing. There's so many guys out there who are better than me right now still, and they're not here, and I am here. So I'm just honored to be here. It's such a great privilege, and it's exciting. I feel good.
Okay. Do you have any sponsors you'd like to mention before we finish?
Just Silver Star Company. I think those guys are sponsoring me. They've been great, and that's about it.
Okay. This has been Michael Pepper for MMABay.co.uk in association with FightDentist.com with UFC light heavyweight John Jones. Thanks for joining us, John.
I love UK. Go guys. Woohoo.